Welcome, cousins, to the Classy Cousin Podcast, where we talk about grace, poise, and a little bit of sass. I'm your host, Tiv, and today we're getting into topics that might ruffle a few feathers, and that's okay because we keep it smooth and never messy over here. Now, let's get one thing clear. Being classy is not about being pretentious. It's not about thinking you're better than anyone. It's about holding yourself to a standard because you deserve that peace. Being classy is not for them, it's for you. So grab your tea or coffee because we're about to talk about why maintaining class is your superpower and how to keep it when life gets unclassy. Stay tuned. Here's the thing about class. It's not performance, it's practice. A lot of people think being classy means acting fake or putting on airs, but real class is internal. The peace you choose when chaos is begging for attention. You ever hear someone say, she thinks she all that? No, she thinks before she reacts. There's a difference. Class isn't about the outfit, although I do see some cute fits out here lately. Okay, I see you girls, I see you. It's about how you move through the world when no one's watching. You don't hold your tongue because you're scared. You hold it because you know words carry weight. Now, don't get me wrong. Class doesn't mean silence. It just means control. Because when you learn how to control yourself, you don't need to control anyone else. So when we say stay classy, it's not stay quiet. It's stay intentional.
Or you don't even listen.
Because you keep cutting me off.
Hey, cousin, never argue in public. Grace wins debates quietly.
Now, some of you came across the Classy Cousin through our TikTok page, where we highlight 10-second videos about keeping it classy. What you heard just now is a recent video about arguing in public. Now, cousins, this is something we've all seen, or maybe even done, at least one time in our life. That's arguing in public. I've had my fair share of times where I've gotten loud myself. However, I'm learning that it's not always the best response. Nothing kills elegance faster than turning the grocery store into a courtroom or the restaurant into a reality show. Listen, I get it. Sometimes people try you. They step on your boundary, your nerve, and your last bit of patience all in one move. But here's the truth. Not everyone deserves a front row seat to your frustration. When you argue in public, you're not just proving a point, you're performing. And in many cases, it can escalate to a physical altercation real quick. If it's that serious, step aside, handle it in private. When you argue out loud, you give away control. But when you stay calm and walk away, you keep your dignity, your power, and your edges. And I know it takes discipline, especially when someone is raising their voice and rolling their eyes and talking slick. But remember, the goal isn't to win the argument. The goal is to win your peace. The next time somebody tries you in public, ask yourself, do I want to be right or do I want to be classy? Because the classy cousin knows when silence speaks louder than any comeback. All right, cousins, let's switch gears to something a little fun. Because we love a good etiquette moment around here at the Classy Cousin. I've tried a lot of etiquette tips over the years, some timeless and some that should stay way back in the 1940s. So I got a little bit of a short list here today of a couple of them that I still kind of use, some that I'm trying to use, and some that I'm just not going to use. So The first tip is to always say please and thank you. Do this every single day because courtesy never goes out of style. Courtesy can get you far. Case in point, one of my jobs that I had many jobs. I think I was in my mid to late 20s. It was a very knowledge intensive job. So we had trainers for a long period of time that helped us, shadowed us, and what have you. So whenever I asked this particular trainer to help me, I noticed that they were always like real upbeat and happy to help me. And they really didn't want to talk to a lot of the other people around. And I'm like, okay, well, what's going on here? Like, and one day she said to me, she said, I like helping you because you always say please and you always say thank you. And then I had to think about it. And I was looking around. I'm like, yeah, I don't hear that. I don't overhear it through the cubicles or anything like that. And I'm like, oh, yeah. So she helped me. I learned a lot of that job just on two simple phrases, please and thank you. I'm telling you, it can take you a lot farther than you think. So, that's one that I still really keep in my arsenal. The second one, never correct someone in front of others. Now, this is one I did not know was an etiquette tip. I used to, because I didn't want anyone to look a certain particular way or say something that was wrong. So I would try to, if it was incorrect, I would correct them. But I thought I was doing a service by doing that. And it wasn't until one day somebody corrected me in public. And it's sad that it got to that point. But I guess it was just God's way of telling me, let me flip this on you because maybe you can see how it feels when you do this. Well, it was a very humbling experience. And I realized that the best thing you can do is to correct someone in private. It's a lot more classier. A lot of times people will get offended and upset if you do that, especially in front of other people. So I've learned over time and through experience that if something needs to be corrected, whisper to the person, keep them over on the side and let them know over there, not in front of a lot of people. So that is one that I'm still working through it, but that is one that I try to abide by. Tip number 4. Now, this one I'm debating, and I'm going to tell you why, because it's circumstantial. It says, always cross your legs at the ankle. Now, I understand you might be in a business setting, you might be in church or what have you. But to be honest with you, if I'm sitting somewhere and an Idris Elba lookalike comes walking in the room, I'm crossing my legs at my knees. I was told that, I got pretty decent legs. And I will keep them crossed. But if that Idris Elba lookalike comes through that door, oh, they're getting crossed at the knees. They're getting crossed at the knees. I'm just letting you know that right now. The last one I have here is never post about personal problems online. We all have moments, and our phones are right there. And sometimes family members, friends, they're not a phone call away. So you might vent online. But what you put online after you hit post, that stays forever. You can put it up for 5 seconds, take it right down. In that 5-second time frame, somebody has screenshotted it, screen recorded it, and it is living on in the internet eternity. So I think that when you have a personal issue or personal problem, just take a beat. Don't grab the phone so quick. Don't get online so quick. Just take a pause, take a moment, breathe, because you might be saving yourself a lot of drama if you just take that quick moment before you press that button and start recording. So basically, bottom line here, etiquette is a guide. The goal is to create harmony, not hierarchy. Use what fits your life and leave what feels performative and stuffy and phony. Because being classy is about authenticity, not imitation. So, cousins, as we wrap up today's conversation, let's remember this. Classy isn't a show. It's a standard. It's how you carry yourself when life gets loud. It's how you protect your peace, your name, and your grace. You don't do it for likes or validation or to prove you're better. You do it because you deserve to move through life feeling grounded, confident, and unbothered. Because when you master your reactions, the world adjusts to your rhythm. So until next time, keep your head up high, your tone calm, and your standards classy. I'm your host, Tiv, reminding you we're your cousins on your classy side.